believe you all see my screen. You can see my screen? Perfect. Okay, so this is our free beginner tech class from QuickTech School. If you've never used a computer before, this class is perfect for you. You don't need any coding experience, you don't need any um, perfect knowledge experience. All you need is a computer. Simple. Now, before I continue, I would just, to avoid any distraction, unpin this. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so in this class today, what we are going to be learning basic computer setup and navigation. So to understand when you turn on your computer, where do you move from there? You don't just want to turn on your computer and the only thing you are able to do on your computer is to watch a movie or to open Netflix and that's everything, or to just turn on the Wi-Fi. Your computer is amazing and you want to be able to use it practically and for important stuffs. So, you're going to learn some key practical skills for everyday computer use and how QuickTech School can help you go further. Why would you want to learn computers? Because the most important thing for us to know before we can do anything is why should we do that thing. First of all, computers are not just devices that have huge screens, although that makes them very convenient. You'll notice that there are different size of computers, there are different size of devices. What is the point of all of this? First of all, a computer helps you to work efficiently. So it helps you work, it helps you learn faster, it helps you communicate easily, and it helps you in your creativity. There are certain softwares that some of us might want to work with in the future or even right now that will not allow you to do that work on a phone. Why? Because a computer's screen is more convenient for big jobs. So, like when you want to create certain, I'll say, formulas and files, maybe on a software like Excel, you would not want to simply use your phone to do that. If it's a simple 1 plus 1 formula, fine, that's wonderful. But by the time you want to create something in depth, for example, you want to create a Google Sheets that helps you to check your budget. You don't want to create something ordinary. It will be much more convenient for you to use a computer to do that. Sometimes you want to send emails and then your phone screen looks so tiny. What can you use? Your computer. So it helps you work efficiently. Everything is on this huge screen, and because it's on this huge screen, it makes it so convenient. It helps you to learn faster. With computers, unlike using your phones, you are not limited. So a computer opens a world of possibilities to you. It helps you to communicate easily and your creativity. One thing you will notice from when you become more familiar with using your laptop device or your desktop device is that it becomes like a creativity, something has just been unlocked for you. Suddenly, you are getting more creative. You can sit down in front of your device and then things just start coming to you. I don't know how that works, if it's because maybe the computer screen is bigger, but it just helps with your creativity. So learning computers is no longer an option. Just think about how we can use them. You can write documents, send emails, browse the internet, store files, and even run a small business. In this digital age, you have no other option than to learn a computer. It is a skill every one of us needs. And today, we are going to start from the very basics so that you can feel confident in using your computer. But first of all, let me ask you a quick question. What is one thing you want to be able to do on your computer? Just one thing. And I'm going to exit the slide so that I can check our chats and responses. or you can simply unmute your mic if you are in somewhere that is convenient. One thing you want to be able to do on a computer. Any responses? This is supposed to be an interactive class, so I don't want to be the only person talking. I actually want to hear from you. Good. Daniel says, I want to be able to use my video editor effectively. That one is very important. I know how convenient it is to use CapCut on a computer compared to using it on a phone. So, yes, very important. Anybody else? What's one thing you want to be able to do on a computer? Victoria says, I want to not have to keep asking questions when I need to do something on my computer. I want to be able to have a versatile knowledge on how to use a computer. This is very important, and one of the reasons that this whole program was put together is because of this, so that you don't go and start asking someone who is more tech savvy than you. You can now do it for yourself. And Osage says, I want to use it for business purposes. Yes, which is one of the major reasons why everybody should learn to use the computer. You can use it conveniently for business, for remote work, and all of those things. It opens a world of possibilities to you. Thank you very much for your responses. I will turn on my screen once again so that we can continue. Now, what are the parts of a computer? Most computers have common components. They are basic parts, and these arrows are to show you the basic parts of a computer. You have the monitor, so that when someone is talking some computer gibberish, you won't get confused and be wondering, what's this person saying? You have your monitor, which is the screen, the huge part of the screen. What you are looking at right now is my monitor. Then you have the keyboard where you type things. So the keyboard is this pink, this portion that has all the keys. This is where you type things. This is your keyboard. Then you have the mouse or trackpad. So this is a mouse. Some people prefer this because it's more convenient to use. And then most laptops, this is what, or every laptop, this is what you are going to see. This is the trackpad. Then you have the CPU, the laptop body, which is the brain, this one. Within the laptop body doesn't need a CPU, but a desktop needs a CPU. So some of us would have seen CPUs in computer centers or places that have desktop devices. But because of the creation of laptops, we no longer need huge things like CPUs, because CPUs can be so big, but you still find them in public spaces. So where you are not having a personal computer, most people still have CPUs when you are using a desktop. So these are the important parts of the computer that we need to be familiar with. And if you think of your computer like an office, the monitor is your window where you see things from. The keyboard is your pen, how you get things into wherever you want, into the system's brain. And then the mouse is like your hand, you move around with it, and the CPU is the office itself. So this thing that we usually see as very big, in this picture it looks small, usually it's very big. This is where all of the processing takes place. In a laptop, it just takes place within the laptop itself. But in a CPU, all of the processing, all of the thinking that the laptop is doing is inside of the CPU. Now, for other important things, some basic computer terms that you are going to be hearing about. Desktop. Desktop, like I said, is the main screen. It's just where you see everything that you are doing within your computer, you see it from the desktop. Then you have files. Files look like this. This is a file icon like this. So when you open your device, it either looks like this or something, a variation of this. This is called a file. It is a document or information. I noticed someone unmuted their mic. Does somebody want to say something?
Sorry, I can't see your screen.
Oh, okay. Let me start that again. I'll stop sharing and start sharing again. Okay, can we all see my screen now? If you can see my screen, can you give me a thumbs up, please? Perfect. Okay. So let's get back in. Now, a folder. A folder on a computer looks like this. This is where you organize your files. So these files usually go into a folder. So when you have a folder like this, it means multiple things are inside. It's not just one file. Sometimes they are empty. And when they are empty, they usually look like this. When they have something in it, for some of us that have computers that are very graphic, that like to show pictures of things changing and all those things, when it has something inside, it usually has a white looking something popping up here that looks like there is a file inside of it. So that is where we keep things in our folders. And then you have icons. Icons are small pictures to open programs. Sometimes you see icons like this. This icon usually means internet. On your computer, it's going to be full of icons. Your phone is also full of icons. So icons are not things that we are unfamiliar with. It's just small pictures to show programs. So there are different types of icons, and those icons are indicators to show you what you are about to open. Then we have things softwares. On phones, we are going to call softwares applications. So you have programs like Word, that's Microsoft Word, Excel, browser, your calculator, your notes, CapCut, just applications like that. Softwares. They are programs that are used within your computer. Now, this is how computers work. At its simplest, a computer works like this. It has an input, usually coming from something like your keyboard, where you type something in, so that's input. It processes it and then it gives you an output. So you type, maybe you are typing a letter. The computer will process what you typed, the letter J. Within the computer is going to do all the processing J, and then it gives you an output on your screen to show J. So your computer does all these things in seconds. Sometimes if you give it an input that is too much, you start noticing that your computer starts lagging or dragging. It's not functioning the way it's supposed to be functioning. That is simply because you have given it too much input. It needs time to process. It's just like we are thinking. When someone is talking to you, what happens is that your ears are the ones doing the input. Your brain is the one doing the processing. And then with your mouth, you do an output. Your eyes can be an input device. Your brain remains the processing device, and then your mouth or your hand or however it is, that becomes the output. So the areas that we can see at the output, the anything that we use to give information into the computer is doing input. So your mouse does input to help you know how to move this thing around. This arrow that you are seeing on the screen right now is called a cursor. So when you hear the word cursor, it's just talking about this arrow. All this arrow is doing for you is to indicate where your selection, where you are going to. So without this arrow, I could have been moving on my mouse and I would not know what it is I'm going to select. I would just suddenly click something and something might happen, something might not happen. But the cursor is what serves as an indication. Right now my cursor is showing that I am going around the word how. So because of this cursor, I know exactly what my mouse is doing, the inputs that my mouse is giving to the computer. Now, this is where things get very interesting. We are going to do some practical sessions. Now, the first thing I want you to do is to navigate your computer. That's the first practical session we are going to have, which is for you to turn on your computer. Right now, I cannot turn mine on to show us that how to turn it on and turn it off. But one thing you usually see within a computer is this button. So this means on and off. We see this on so many places. We see it on our phones, we see it on our remote control, we see it in multiple places. So this will help you turn off your computer and it will help you turn on your computer. But for some of our laptops, if you have a laptop that especially likes to look beautiful, it will not have a clear indication like this. It will usually have a button. So for you right now, look through your laptop and find where that button is. It's just going to be all on its own. Maybe at your keyboard side, just look at the top right, usually located there, or the top left. That is where you find that button. But the whole point of that button is to help you turn on or off your computer. Now, there is something important about using that button. What that button does is that it's going to bypass every other thinking in your computer and turn it off. Usually, there is a safer way for you to turn off your computer. Now, I'm going to exit this so that I show you the safer way to turn off your computer. It is not advisable for you to simply click that button when you want to turn your computer off. Rather, for Windows, you would see something that looks like Windows actually. It looks like a window. On the bottom left of your computer, around this place that I'm hovering, where my cursor is showing, that shows a window icon. But because I'm using an Apple device, this is a MacBook, mine is located at the top here. So at the top left, I can see mine, and I'm just hovering around it with the Apple icon. So that's to tell me that this is an Apple device. If you are using a Windows, it will show a Windows icon. If you are using any other device that is neither Windows nor Apple, it's going to show the icon of whatever it is you are using. Next, we'll click on that, and then we go to shut down. Shut down. This is a safer way for us to turn off our device. We shut it down here. These functions are different things that you can do to the device. If I choose log out Sophia, your computer has the capacity to hold more than one account. So in every account, you can have different softwares that are stored within that account. So now if I log out of Sophia Salem, I can log into a different account, maybe create another account called QuickTech School. So it will separate things that are under Sophia Salem, only the things I want to be within Sophia Salem. I can save maybe files of my personal data. I can put in some special things that are personal to me that I do not want on the QuickTech account to show. So I can save all of that under Sophia Salem. Then I can open another account and then name it QuickTech School and save everything that has to do with QuickTech School into that particular account. So that is the whole point of this. So right now I am not going to log out. For you, if this is the first time that you are turning on your computer, you would need to log in. So it will ask you for details, it will ask you for the username that you want to call yourself, the whether it asks you for Gmail, or if you are using an Apple device, it could ask you for your Apple ID. All of that is for you to create an account around you. Then, how to open and close applications. This is very important because, unlike your phone, where you can tap the application and then just swipe up, it will open it or it will close it. For a device, for a computer, it's a whole different story. So I'm going to open my Chrome browser. This is called Google Chrome. This is the icon for Google Chrome. I'm going to open it. The way to open it is to go to that Google Chrome and then click on if you are using a mouse, click on it twice. If you are using your mouse, your touchpad, like I showed us in the diagram, where it's like a square on your laptop, double click on that. So once you double click on that, mine is showing that it's opening right now, and it's opened. This is the program called Google Chrome's open. Now, if I want to close it, I would need to go to these tiny buttons at the top left. So these tiny buttons have different functions. The red one is the one that shows me that I can close it. This one that looks like minus, it's really small, so I hope we are able to see it. Let me put it on my whole screen. Now, this one, it's already explaining exactly what it is for me. If I click this, it reduces it. If I click the minus, it's just going to pull it down. It just disappeared. But because what I clicked was that tiny minus, it wasn't actually closed. That minus simply means minimize. So it minimized it for me. Let me just admit. Yeah. That minus means minimize. So it did not close the application, it minimized it. Now, one problem you might run into with your computer is you might minimize so many applications, you don't realize that they are not closed, and then they begin to cause problems for your computer. So you need to be sure that you have closed it, not simply minimized it. And to close it, we move to the red one, the one with the X. And I'm going to double click on that. If I click on it once, it will not close. It will just simply minimize. But if I double click on it, then it will close, which is very important for us to do so that we do not start having issues with our computer later on because too many applications are open. Just the way you can have issues on your phone because too many applications are open. Now, to continue. Practical tips. These are some very important tips. Oh, one more thing, I nearly forgot to create a folder and to save a file. So I'm also going to show you how to create a folder and how to save a file. So on your computer, whether you have a MacBook, you are going to see this guy that looks like a smiley face, Finder. But if you have a Windows device, you are not going to see Finder. You are going to see Windows, you are going to see Explorer, depending on the operating system that you are currently using. So click that. It's usually located right at this same place at the bottom left. So remember, here we click it, and now I can go and add a new file. So these are the files that are within my computer right now. If you see on this side, it's showing me different ones that I can go to. So recent is telling me these are the recent files that I have opened. Applications is showing me the applications that are within my computer. Downloads is showing me the recent things that I have downloaded. So all of these things, once you click on them once, they will show you exactly what is inside of that place. So for if you now want to create your own folder within this place, maybe for you it's completely empty and you are on desktop, most likely is what you are going to be on, desktop. You can go to desktop and then right click on your mouse or on your trackpad, your touchpad within your laptop. Right click on that. Have to use a different one here. Right click and then go to new folder. So what new folder is going to do is that it's going to create something like this blue guy here. So new folder. Then it's telling me this is an untitled folder. It wants me to put a name. So I'm going to call it practice. Practice. And then because I want to create a file inside of it, I could just open it. So I double clicked. As you can see, it's completely empty. I have not put any file within practice. Now, the next thing I'll show you is to put a file inside. First of all, determine what exactly do you want to put inside. Do you want to type something? For some of us on our laptops, because right now it's not on every laptop anymore, you have Microsoft Word. Or for someone like me that prefers Google Docs, you have Google Docs. So this is it down here. So I could create something on Google Docs and then store it within this folder. That is something I'll be showing us later on. Now, these are practical tips and keyboard shortcuts that are very important for us to know. Just in case you are not familiar with these already, please write them down. They are going to make your life easier for everything you are going to be doing on a computer. So control, look at your computer right now and look at the button control. In case you cannot find it, you can just turn on your mic and then I would explain exactly where control is. So if you are using a Windows, all of these things you will use control to create them. If you are using a MacBook, things are a little different with MacBook. You replace control with another button called command. So rather than saying control, you click control and then hold control down. So control plus C simply means hold the control button down and hold the letter C on your keyboard down. So that will help you copy whatever it is that you want to copy. But for MacBook, you have to hold the command button, not control. You hold command and you hold C. The same thing with the next shortcut. Rather than holding control, you hold command on a MacBook. So you hold command and you hold the letter V. For save, you hold control on a Windows or any other device. You hold control and then you hold S. This will help you save things. Now, let's do a quick practical on Control C. So we want to copy something. So what I'm just going to do right now is I'll open another of this Canva here. I'm going to open doc. Now, I'll type this. And then, taking my cursor along with my mouse or your trackpad, whatever it is that you're using to control this cursor, hold down on it on the left button and then pull it side. So hold down, pull it side. This will highlight what you want to copy. And then we use our shortcuts. Here I want to copy this and I want to paste it into a new document. So I would, or into a new position. So I would hit, for my own, using MacBook, Command C. So I hit Command C and it copies it for me. Now, I can come down here and paste the exact same thing. And remember, the control for paste is Control V. In my case, Command V. So I'll hit Command and then V. That's everything. It just pasted it. Again, if I want to copy that, hold it with the right button, left on your mouse, and then pull to select everything. Hit Command C or Control C and then go exactly where you want to paste it and hit V. That will copy and paste. For save, although nowadays save is becoming outdated because everything is going into the cloud by itself, but if you want to save, you hit Control S or Command S and it saves it for you. For me, all of this is being saved automatically, so I do not need to save it. And if you are using maybe Canva or you are using Google Docs, you do not need to save anything. It saves it automatically for you. This is a new function that has been happening recently so that people will not forget to save their files and then end up losing those files. So now I've shown you how to use Control C and Control V to copy and paste. One more I will show you is Control X. Now what Control X does is something that sometimes we might have accidentally clicked. Let me show you clicking Control X before I explain what just happened. Control X. Now, it suddenly disappeared. For some people, as soon as it disappears like this, they believe that they have deleted something because they accidentally clicked Control X. But actually, what Control X does is that it cuts it from your document. So it will cut and then wait for you for where you want to paste it. So it is a different form of copy and paste. It's just like copying, but this time it will help you delete it for where it copied it from. So it cuts it off. So it cuts it and waits for you to see where you want to paste it. So I could go down again and then click Control V and then it's back. So if I want it to completely disappear from this page and go to a new page, I could just highlight the whole thing and then click Control X and it's all gone, but it has not been lost. I could just come down here and then paste it, Control V. It's back. So this is a shortcut that will be wonderful for you to be using for as many of your typings as possible. Now, the last thing I'll show you from here is how to use your taskbar to open programs. This down here is called a taskbar. This is called a taskbar. This thing where I kept so many applications is called a taskbar. On Windows, you have the same thing. It's at the bottom here. Sometimes it might be at the top, but very few Windows have that anymore. But it's at the bottom here that you will see your taskbar. This is Mac, so this is what the taskbar looks like. Now, if you want to open programs, maybe you cannot see your program anywhere here. What you need to do is to go to the menu. For Apple, it's called a launchpad, but for Windows, it's called menu or Windows menu. It's right there, again, the Windows icon. You click that, and then it shows you all the applications within your computer. As you can see, my applications, I have quite a lot of applications within my computer, but you couldn't have seen that if I was simply on the taskbar. Now, if I want to close it, I go back to that same place, launchpad or your menu, and click it. The good thing about computers is that once you put your cursor over them, they usually show you the name of what you are looking at. So what you need to understand is what's the name of the application I want to go to. If you don't remember the icon or what that icon is meant for, just carry your cursor and go to it without clicking. Just put your cursor there and the name is going to appear at the top or at the bottom to explain what it is. So let me show you a practice of that. I will move my cursor right now to Safari. Safari is a browser. It's Apple's default browser. This is Google Chrome. Google Chrome is also a browser. This is Mail. So this is where I will find all my mails, and this particular mail is for only Apple devices. For Windows, you would see a different mail. Most times we use Gmail. Next one, this is Canva. So Canva is where the presentation is being done right now. This is System Settings. Move again, Google Docs. So just in case you do not realize, oh, what exactly is this icon for? just carry your cursor and hover over it, and you will see the name of that application. Next, we are going to have another practice session of where we will use Google Docs, or in your case, if you have it, Microsoft Word. So first of all, we are going to open this application, and just like I said, go down. I'm going to Google Docs and then double click on it. Double click on it helps you to open it. Right now it's jumping and loading. Now it has opened it for me. So I'm going to go to blank document because I want to create a new document. If you notice on the side, there are many other templates. In case you don't want to start from scratch, you have a resume here, you have letter here, all of this. So I go to blank document. Blank document will help me to create it straight from scratch. If you see something like this, just click on this arrow and it will hide it. That's gone. Now, let's type something quickly. Let me say QuickTech School is best for learning computers. Now, this whole paragraph, I typed it using my keyboard. On the keyboard, you know exactly where Q is. Just look for the letter Q, T, all of these letters. If you want to give space, there is a long bar in the middle of your keyboard called the space bar. So that gives space. So all of these things typed using the keyboard. Now, what I will show you is how to format your text. So this is a plain text right now. There's nothing special about it. It's just as how it is. But I will show you how to make this text bold, or turn it italics, or underline it using Google Docs. So first thing to do is we want to select the whole text, because let me say I want to make only the word QuickTech School bold. I don't want to make every other thing bold. What I'll do is I will go and click once on this first side, then on your mouse using the left side, click, hold and pull, and then let go when you reach exactly where you want it to stop. The next thing is two ways to turn it bold. Either I left click this time, right click, not left click, right click on it and it opens all this, and then I could choose format options, or copy it, paste it, or whatever. But another way, which is more convenient, let me expand this, is to use this. So this will turn it bold for me on its own. That just happened. Now that also has a shortcut. If you hover over it, you will see the shortcut. That symbol that looks like for whatever that thing is the command symbol. On your own computer, if you are using Windows, you will see the Control CTRL plus B. That's what you are going to see. But for me, it's Command B. That will help me turn it bold. Now, I have turned QuickTech School bold. I want to turn best platform to italics. So once again, I tapped on the first side, hold down with your left part of the mouse, and then release. Go up to this eye that looks bent and click it. It turns to italics. If I want to underline learning computers, I will do the same thing. Click where I want it to start from, hold down, and then draw across and go to this underline, and it underlines it. So this is the way to format your text. So with this, you can make your text look more attractive on a laptop, or you can make it look neater. Just something important. Now, if I want to remove every single thing here, the same way, I go to the first part of it, hold down, and then click the underline and it's gone. Same thing with the italic side. Click the eye is highlighted to show that it's italics and it's gone. Same thing with QuickTech School. Hold down, it's B, and it's back to being a plain text. So this is how you can format your text anyhow you like. I can hold, scroll across, and make the whole thing bold. I can decide to copy one and paste it somewhere else. So I'll copy this, use your enter key to go down, and then command V or control V, it pastes it for me. If I want to cut it, I'll say control X, it will cut. I use my command to go down, paste, control V, finish. Now, to save the document, we use the shortcut control S. But like I explained earlier, when using Google Docs, it automatically saves your document for you. So I can go now and close my Google Docs, and then it won't lose my file. I can close it anytime I feel like. I can open it anytime I feel like. The file saves itself automatically. So if you are using Google Docs, that saves automatically. But in case for Microsoft Word, you notice your document is not saving, then use Control S and it will help you save your document. All it's going to ask you to do is where do you want the document to go when you save it, or what's the name that you want the document to bear. So you usually say something as save as, then save as, you put the name of what you want that document to bear. But for Google Docs, it saves it automatically. Now, here I'm going to pause and ask us if we have any questions. Do we have any questions? You can feel free to put your questions as a chat or unmute your mic and ask your questions. We'll just switch back to the call. Okay, the final thing, the internet. When you want to open your browser, let's say you want to ask Google a question, you want to find out something important, you open your browser. There are multiple types of browsers. There is Google Chrome, which I have right down here. One moment. There's Google Chrome down here. This is Windows Edge, but I do not have that browser, but it's called Edge browser. Then there is Firefox. Firefox looks orange with like a fox tail. It's also a type of browser, but I do not have that with me. And with Apple, you have Safari, which is this one. So this is Apple's main browser, Safari. So any type of browser that you have, depending on the name, just go to it, double click on it, and then it opens this for you. Now, we want to find something, search using Google. All I have to do is, usually browsers on default are already turned to Google. So I don't need to start searching for www.google.com. The moment I open my browser, it's already on Google. The same thing happens to Safari. I double click on this. The moment I open Safari, it's already on Google. So I just have to ask it a question. Maybe, why should I use a computer? So as you're typing, it's just trying to show you suggestions. Maybe you wanted to ask, why should we use a computer? Why should you use a computer properly? Or why should you use a computer? All of these are suggestions that we also get while using our phone and when we want to browse on our phone. Now, for me to search, I would click enter. either that button is called enter or return on your laptop or your keyboard. So check the right side of your keyboard and then you would see a button called return or enter. Click that and it will browse and then start searching for an answer. So this is the answer. Now, because of the way AI is, we usually always get an AI response first, but you can scroll down and then you will see more responses. Now, remember the way to close this is to go straight to the X, double click on that, and it's gone. So I would close this one, and that's gone too. Now, for some safe browsing tips, one thing you want to do, or should I say you don't want to do, is open a website that tells you not secured. When you see that, usually your browser would not even want to allow you to do that because it's not safe for you to go on. The person, whoever it is behind, might have access to maybe someone else could easily hack into such a browser and get access to your own details. So usually your browser is going to tell you not to open any site that says not secured. Another thing that you need to do is when you are browsing, ensure that you are browsing exactly what you are okay with for your system to save, because your system is going to automatically save your browser history just for you to come back one day and then when you want to scroll through it, you can easily have access to it. So these browsers help you save your browser history. But there is something called privacy that you can open on your browser. I'm not going to be showing all that right now so that I do not give us information overload. But when you open a private browsing window, then you can search for something and then it doesn't save into your system. But let's be careful with our browsing so that we don't get into websites that end up hacking our device. Sometimes you would see a browser ask you, do you want to, a website ask you, do you want to allow cookies or something? Most times it's better for you to choose only necessary cookies. So unless if it tells you you must allow everything, if there is an option saying only necessary cookies, it simply means, let me go to a browser, let me show us as I am speaking. I open Chrome again, and maybe I want to open a blogging site because most times blogging sites have it. So let me go back to why should I use a computer, and I will go to, let's see if this will ask for cookies. This doesn't, so I'll go back to this top arrow to go back to where I was before. This is wordpress.com. Let's see. Good. So here, cookies, this tiny thing down here. Now, this particular browser is not letting me choose the kind of cookies that I want to allow. It just says close and accept, meaning I have no other choice. Either I want to accept it or I am going to leave the website. So you might choose to close or accept or leave the website. Let me leave that website. Another one, these are the type of cookies I was looking to check for. So this is telling you about cookies. Cookies is something we usually ignore. We just click accept all so that they can leave our face. But what we don't realize is that as you are accepting everything, you are giving it certain access into your device, into certain information about your device so that they can store it on their own servers. What I usually do, if it allows me to reject all, I will reject all of the cookies because I don't want you saving my information on your server. Or some of them only allow you to customize or accept all. If it says customize, please click customize. Usually it tells you what exactly these cookies are all about. If I choose accept all, one thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to accept advertisement cookies. So some of us notice sometimes that it's as if anytime you are talking, Facebook, Instagram, all of those things, we get access to everything. Maybe you're talking about a wristwatch today. The next thing, you are going to start seeing ads about wristwatch. It simply means that there are cookies that you have enabled or settings that you have allowed, because even in application there's something like track your data. So you have allowed all those things to track your data, that as soon as you browse on one site, it immediately takes you to every other site. So it shows you customized advertisements based on the pages you visited previously. So if you visit, maybe you search for wristwatch, by the time you go on Facebook, because Facebook is also receiving these cookies, Facebook is going to show you wristwatches based on the search that you made on a whole other website. So this is why usually I would reject all or accept only necessary cookies. So as you can see here, it says always active. So anything necessary for the basic functioning of the site, that one will always be saved into their website, but it is not having any personally identifiable data. Else, reject everything. I just reject all. Better. So I'll close this now, and I'm going to leave this place and move to the final thing this evening. Why keep learning with QuickTech School? So everything that we have just talked about here is just the tip of the iceberg. Just like we had different responses to use your computer for business, to use your computer for video editing skills, you need to understand the basics of using a computer for you to use it for more advanced things. So why keep learning with QuickTech School? My question is, why not? Why not continue learning with QuickTech School? Now, what are the things that you are going to gain with QuickTech School? First of all, you are going to get step-by-step lessons. So the same way I had to guide you through every single thing, within QuickTech School, what we do is that we respond to your questions. So right now during this class, I paused and I said, any questions? So during classes on QuickTech School, what's available to you is that you can pause the teacher at any time and say, wait, I did not understand the last thing that we just finished talking about. Can we take that whole session again? You taught me how to use a browser and I cannot seem to use the browser by myself. Can we go over it again? And yes, you are free to go over it again. Now, I want to introduce to you something, our 2 weeks course. This is just one night, one evening, where I had to give you a quick run through of the basics of using a computer. But we have a course in QuickTech School called Learning the Computer 101, where we take you step by step through understanding how to use a computer, where we take you to see everything you need to know about the basics of using a computer. And then one thing we are going to do is that we are going to do real practice. So we are not just, I am not, during this class, I am not going to be explaining to you that, oh, this is, hold your own keyboard. I am going to be showing you my own keyboard and telling you, this is the space bar, click this, let's open this software, let's do this, and you get daily support. So none of our lessons, none of our courses are already pre-recorded. What we have are courses that you can watch and you can ask questions, you can follow along, and we give you daily support. And then you are going to be doing your own task. Every day we have tasks that you are going to be doing. And for some of us that hear the word assignment and get scared, this assignment is not something that is going to be complicated. It's something that you yourself, you are going to enjoy doing, because the more you are able to do your assignment and your tasks, the more you know that you are improving in your knowledge of using a computer. So if you want to learn how to use a computer, then I would encourage you to join into the Learning the Computer course. And at the end of the day, after these 2 weeks of learning and everything and submitting your assignment, you are going to get a certificate of completion to show that yes, I was part of QuickTech School, and yes, I came out and I now understand the basics of using my computer. Our first class is going to start on the 1st of December. So you have from now till that point for you to register into the course, because we are starting lessons on the 1st of December and you don't want to be left out. The same time that we have this live session is the same time every evening for 2 weeks that we are going to be having the course. We are going to have it for 1 hour every evening, although this has exceeded a little from the 1 hour, but that is the way we are going to keep the time structured every evening. Now, how much is the course? This is a very important aspect. The cost is 22,000 naira if you are speaking in naira. In pounds, it's £60. In dollars for any other country, $78. So you're paying 22,000, £60 or $78. But one thing that everybody currently here on today's free class have is a 30% discount. So if you register within the next 48 hours, you automatically get a 30% discount applied. So this offer applies to every currency, and the discount is applied instantly at checkout. So I don't even need to give you a code. Right now, for the next 48 hours, you go on the website, you go there, and then you are going to get your discount. You make your payment, but remember, this offer only lasts 48 hours. 48 hours after this class is held, the discount is gone, and you have to pay the full price. But if you want to get your 30% discount, then go straight to quicktechschool.co.uk and you will be able to get it there. And one more thing, there are many more offers available on that website, so it will be very good for you to check it out. You have no idea how many discounts you can just pack as you jump into the offers page. So again, you go to quicktechschool.co.uk, check out the offers, and then make your payment. This is how to register. Go to quicktechschool.co.uk, click enroll. It's very obvious there, and the payment is simple. The discount applies automatically, and then you can invite anybody. Just like you have the link to the waitlist from where you joined this, the waitlist link remains bit.ly/quicktechschool waitlist. So let me jump to the website and just show us that. So same thing, we've been practicing our browser. I am going to click quicktechschool.co.uk, and then the website is here. So you can just go to enroll now, and you have access to the payment schedules and everything that is available. You can go to our offers page and you will see the offers and the discounts that we have available. So all of those things here. If you want to find out the course syllabus, we have it straight on the platform. So save the link quicktechschool.co.uk and you have access to it. You will also get this link in your email, and we'll share it with you constantly so that you do not miss out on any offers or any discounts. Thank you very much. Now, please feel free to ask your questions. You can also reach out to us on any of these, but feel free to ask your questions. Now is the perfect time. Thank you very much for listening. I will stop sharing my screen so that I can respond to the questions. Okay. So can we use our phones for all these that you have been enlightening us with? Yes. Yes, you can use your phone. You can use your phone for the 2 week course. Feel free to do that. And one thing you're also going to get access to are the recordings of the course. So right now, this teaching for this evening, everybody currently, you are going to get access to this recording so that you too can go back and practice everything that we have talked about this evening, and then you can make the decision to join in for the 2 weeks course. So you can use your phone to join into the 2 weeks course, and then when you get your laptop or whenever you are free to get your laptop, please do the practice on your devices. So feel free, yes, you can use your phone to do it, and everything else, yes. So any other question? Let me put the link on the chat so that we can simply copy that. So that is the link, quicktechschool.co.uk. So quicktechschool.co.uk. So what are we going to be learning? Very important question. Now, within the website, the syllabus for everything is already there, but I am also going to be explaining that. So, we're going to be learning, first of all, an in-depth introduction into computers and hardware. So today we just skim the surface of things that you can do with a computer. So it is not simply just typing my name is Sophia. That is possible. You are going to get a better introduction, an in-depth introduction into computers and hardware. On the second day, you're going to do practical desktop navigation and file management. So just like I showed you briefly, there are way more things within file management that I am also going to be showing you during the 2 weeks courses. And your typing skills. Some of us, the major area we want to work on with a computer is our typing skills. So we are going to look more into that on day 3. And then keyboard shortcuts. So virtually every letter on your keyboard, along with every number on your keyboard, and different combinations are shortcuts that can easily do something. So I showed you Control X, Control C, Control S, and Control V today. I will show you more things like Control Shift N to open a new window, to open a private window. I'm going to show you Control T to open a new tab. I'm going to show you Control R, Control Z, Control B. All of those things, they are wonderful keyboard shortcuts to make using a computer easy for you. So with these shortcuts, one thing that happens is that you don't have to be using your mouse to go up and down to select things. No, these shortcuts just make it easy. If I want to search for something right now, I can just use Control Shift S, Control F, and all of those things I will be able to search. Control F allows me to find anything within my computer without even going through my file explorer for me to find it. So there are so many shortcuts available, and you'll be learning about that on the 3rd day of the course. Day 4, you're going to learn about computer settings and customizations. So for some computers, one thing you'll notice is that you see some computers looking very beautiful when you open them. You see their displays and all of that looking so nice. And some of us wonder within a computer, how do I customize my computer in such a way that it becomes personal to me, that I like it, my display, reduce my brightness, all of those things that are available within your computer settings. We are going to be talking about that on the 4th day. On the 5th day, we are going to talk about internet basics and safety. So understanding what your cookies does to your browser is not the only thing that you are going to be learning. There are way more secrets within a computer that you need to know about. And then on the 6th day, we are going to review everything that we talked about during this first week, and then we are going to take time to practice it, because the whole point of this course is for you to go back and actually know what you are doing. Not that you just come, you sit down, and then you go back and you are still confused and asking questions. We will practice it and take time to answer questions on the 6th day. Then day 7, we would go through Microsoft Word Essentials. So aside from just using bold, italics, and all of that, there are more things within Microsoft Word you need to be aware of. And then we go through Microsoft Excel. So Excel is a very big software, a very necessary software that you need to learn about. So that's what we are going to be doing on the 8th day. 9th day, we'll go through PowerPoint and presentations. So for people wanting to use this for business and for work, you need to know how to use PowerPoint. there's Google Sheets, Google presentations. All of those things we will touch on those softwares and the basics of understanding them and how to use them. The 10th day we'll go through email etiquette and management. So how to use your computer to write emails that look professional and neat. And then the 11th day we'll go through revision. So we are going to do a revision of everything that we've talked about first week, second week. The 11th day is going to be for revision. And then the 12th day we will all be submitting a project that will be made available to us earlier in the course, so that project is to show that truly we understand how to use these basic aspects of our computers, and we are now confident enough that we do not need people externally to now save us from our own computers. And then the certificate will be distributed at the end of the projects. So these are the things that we are going to be learning during the course. So it's a very wonderful course you need to sign up for. Now, is there going to be a course on Web 3? Web 3. No, there is not going to be a course yet on Web 3. But there is going to be that in the future. For now, we are touching on the major basics of using a computer, not those specializations. Any other question? But one thing you need to know is that more courses are going to be rolled out on QuickTech School, and so we are going to be sending out emails every time we have a new course available, and you can regularly check in on the website for courses that are available. So when does the training start? The training starts on the 1st of December, but for the next 48 hours, everyone here has a 30% discount for them to sign up for the training and not miss out on it. And there are even more offers available on the website. So the training starts on the 1st of December. On the 1st of December, we start the training, we start working on it. And if you have any issues, maybe you are not able to join for any of the days, you will have access to the recordings. Yeah, so December 1st, wonderful time, the best time for you to make such a decision and to actually start learning. Yeah, so any other questions? We are going to be ending in the next 5 minutes. Now, the good thing is, just in case you have more questions that I was not able to answer or you did not remember to ask during the teaching right now, what you can do is simply go to our website quicktechschool.co.uk and send us a message. You can send us a WhatsApp message or post it on the group, the waitlist group that you are a part of. Any of those things, feel free to do that, and then your questions will be responded to. You can send us an email, any question at all that you have concerning the course, then yes, we are going to answer all of those questions. But until then, I believe that all the questions have now been answered, and I would see you on the course 1st of December 2025. Don't forget to claim your discount within the next 48 hours. Thank you very much. May, thank you for your time. Thank you all for joining, and we have come to the end of this class. Have a wonderful night rest, and see you all on the 1st of December. Thank you very much, Victoria. Good night.